What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Clutch Crew Sports YouTube channel. And today we are back with another tier list. My name is Connor, the co-host with the most. And sticking with the non-sports theme, we are going to go look at a tier list today for the best fast food. This says casual restaurants too, so fast food / casual restaurants tier list. So if you saw the last tier list, I did breakfast cereals, sticking with a food theme here. We have a lot of fast food places here. I've already put a lot of them in the never had category. If you look at the tiers, same tiers, S, A, B, C, D, F. And then we also have never had. There's a fair amount of fast food places I've never been to. I know obviously some of these are very regionalized. Like, there's no Whataburgers in North Carolina. There's no In-N-Out Burgers in North Carolina. I've been to the West Coast, but I've never been to In-N-Out Burger. Mainly because the thing about In-N-Out Burger is that I've heard a lot of mixed things about it. Like, you have a lot of people say it's, like, the best burger place ever. But I've also heard a lot of people say that, like, it's not worth the hype. So, I don't know. I've never been, so I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to judge anything I've never been to. Also, quick update on breakfast cereals. You know, I did that tier list last week. For the first time since the last episode, I tried Honey O's, which are the supposed favorite cereal of Tyler Toney from Dude Perfect. They did a top 10 cereals list, and he had it number 1, said it was fantastic. Gotta say, not too impressed with it. I'd probably put it as a C tier cereal. It kind of tasted like a worse version of Apple Jacks, which is kind of weird given the fact that the flavors are completely different. Like, Apple Jacks is cinnamony and Honey O's is supposed to be honey. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of cinnamon in there. I don't know. Not too impressed. Anyway, we're not talking about cereals. We're talking about fast food places. So I'll just quickly go through these fast food places that I've never been to. I've never been to Baja Fresh, Blimpie, Cane's, Checkers. Actually, I think I have been to Checkers once, but like I don't know. I just don't remember it enough. It wasn't memorable, I guess. Church's Chicken, which is kind of sad because I see them and I've never been in one. Culver's, people tell me it's really good too. Culver's, Del Taco, Pollo Loco, In-N-Out. I don't live on the West Coast, sorry. Jack in the Box. Might be surprised that I haven't had Jack in the Box. It's just one of those weird things. Like, Raleigh, North Carolina is just a really weird sort of, I don't know, place in North Carolina. Like, it's a big metropolitan area, but there's certain things that Raleigh, North Carolina doesn't have that, like, the rest of North Carolina does have. Like, we don't have Jack in the Box, whereas there's other Jack in the Boxes. Like, if you go to Greensboro or Charlotte, you can find it. Or, like, Raleigh doesn't have any 7-Elevens, which is why I've never been to 7-Eleven before. So, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But anyway, I've never been to Jack in the Box. Jollibee, Noodles and Company, we have those, I've just never been. PDQ, Portillo's, Potbelly, Roy Rogers, Sbarro, Schlossky's, half of these I've never even heard of. Shake Shack, Skyline, I think that is. Swenson's, Taco Cabana, Torchy's Tacos, Wawa, Whataburger, and Wings. I don't know, I just see Wings. I can't read what's below that. Wings Oven, I don't know. But still a very good list of fast food places here that I have been to. So we're going to go ahead and... actually, I've never been to Penn Station. I didn't see that. But I've never been there, so not going to judge that either. Okay, so starting off here with A&W. Now, A&W, this is another one of those kind of weird things that Raleigh doesn't really have A&W, but you can find it in other parts of North Carolina. They've become more rare recently, though. But anyway, I guess I'll judge it. I've been to it a few times, just going on trips to, like, Tennessee and Virginia. But all in all, I'd say it's probably only, like, a C tier fast food place. I don't know. It's just, I've always really liked root beer, so that helps. But to me, the burgers and fries and everything are kind of subpar compared to a lot of the other places. But like I said, the root beer, I love root beer, so that helps a lot. Helps elevate it. Maybe we'll put it in the B tier, because I really like root beer. So, I mean, the root beer floats alone, I'll just get from there, because I love root beer. A lot of people think root beer is gross. I really like it. Arby's. Now, Arby's. This is D tier. Now, the one thing from Arby's that is saving it from me putting it in the F tier, because good lord, everything at Arby's is gross. Like, I know there's people that like it. I actually kind of used to like it when I was a kid. As I've gotten to be an adult, I've smartened up, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe some of you watching this really like Arby's, but I think it's disgusting. The roast beef is gross, which is sad because I really like roast beef. But the one thing that is saving it from being in the F tier is the curly fries. Curly fries are great. That's the one thing that Arby's does right, is the curly fries, but everything else, it is F tier. But the curly fries save it, so it's going to sit in the D tier. Bojangles. Now, I know if we have anybody who is watching this that doesn't live in the South, you've never had Bojangles. I mean, maybe if you've been to the South, you've had Bojangles, but it's not something that you have on a regular basis. Bojangles is easy A tier. Really just their chicken, to me, the chicken is like just kind of normal. I don't know, like maybe I've just had so much fried chicken living in the South that like nothing really tastes different to me. But the chicken's just okay. It's really, the fries are the best fries. Like, I mean, maybe other than Five Guys, like they're on the same level. Bojangles has fantastic fries. The Cajun fries, so good. And the biscuits, they have the best biscuits. Especially if you get their Cajun filet, like Cajun chicken filet biscuit. Oh, that is like the best thing. And it's so sad that I don't drink soda anymore because it went great with fries and Mountain Dew. That was what I always got, was Cajun filet biscuit, fries, and Mountain Dew. But I don't drink soda anymore, which is so sad. But yeah, Bojangles is easy A tier. Boston Market. This is going to go in the... This is something I've only had like once or twice, which is kind of interesting considering that there's one like right next to where I work. I just never go there. But I don't know. It's kind of D tier for me. I don't know. It's just like, to me, it's not worth the price. Like, Boston Market is pretty pricey to get some of the stuff that they have, and to me, it's just not worth it. Like, you can get a good amount of food, but you can get better. It's like Southern comfort food, kind of, in a way. I don't know. I don't know if a place called Boston Market really does great Southern comfort food, but I don't know. They taste like, I mean, they have their frozen dinners. It tastes like a frozen dinner. Like, it tastes like that they put it in the microwave and then here's your food, and it's expensive. And I'm like, that's not worth it to me. Burger King, another D tier, unfortunately. I don't know. Maybe Burger King was better when I was a kid, but it's just not that good anymore. I don't know what about it changed, but Burger King is just not very good anymore. Whenever they're like, oh, we suggest like fast food places, where do you want to go? It's like, Burger King? No, don't take me to Burger King. It's not good anymore. The only reason why I used to go to it when I was in high school was because they had the magic soda machine that my friends and I called it, the one where you can get like all the different kinds of soda. Like it's the touchscreen one, but that was about it. I didn't go there for the food. It was not great. Carl's Jr. Now, I have not specifically had Carl's Jr., but I have had the East Coast version of Carl's Jr., which is Hardee's. And it's just C tier. I don't know. Hardee's just isn't anything special. I mean, obviously, kind of like with In-N-Out Burger, people on the West Coast love Carl's Jr., but I don't know, maybe it's just because the East Coast version isn't as good. I don't know. Hardee's is meh. It's just okay. Right in the middle. Chick-Fil-A. Now, I know if this list was being done by our co-host Eric, your ranting co-host, it would be easy S tier. Although this might get a rant out of him, but I'm going to have to stick it in the B tier. I have just never been like the biggest. There's so many people out there that just love Chick-fil-A. Like they think it's the best thing ever. I think Eric is one of them. But I don't know. Some people think it's the greatest thing in the world. The lines for Chick-fil-A are like out into the street most of the time at lunchtime. Like there's so many people going to it. Like I can't even navigate. There's a shopping center in Nightdale where, in North Carolina that I can't even navigate when around lunchtime because Chick-fil-A is just so packed. So I don't know, but I think it's good. Again, I don't think it's worth the price. Chick-fil-A is pricey, and I don't think it's good enough to warrant it being worth the price. So, sorry, Eric. You're probably going to rant on me for this, but Chick-fil-A B tier. Chipotle, this is going to be another B tier for me. Something I used to not really like too much, but it's kind of grown on me a little bit. I mean, they say Mexican grill, it's not really Mexican food, really. But I don't know, I like how you can, they have the burrito bowls. I like that a lot because I'm generally not a huge fan of tortillas. So the fact that you can get all that stuff just in a bowl makes it worthwhile for me. I also don't like guac, so I don't have to worry about paying the extra money for guac because I'm just not a guac person. Zach's going to hate me for that. Eric's going to rant on me for putting Chick-fil-A in the B tier. Zach's going to rant on me for hating on guac. I don't know. Sorry, guys. My co-hosts would not be liking me doing this with me right now. But Chipotle, B tier. Cookout. This is such an easy S tier. I feel so sorry for anyone who lives somewhere where there's not a Cookout. I just feel so sorry for you. Cookout is the best. Even looking over this list, I'd say Cookout is probably, I don't know if it might be my favorite on here. I don't know. I haven't gotten, actually, no, it's probably not. It's probably my second favorite, because there's another one that I'll get to that I like better. But Cookout is fantastic. Especially for, I talk about Chick-fil-A and Boston Market being pricey. Cookout is so worth the price. You can get, people in the South know what I'm talking about. But, people who maybe don't know, you can get a tray that, I always get this tray. You get, a quarter-pound burger. You get 2 sides that you want. I always get fries and hush puppies, and you can get a milkshake all for $6. It's and it's great. It's some of the best food that you can get. And hush puppies, especially hush puppies, in North Carolina, North Carolina is the place to get hush puppies. So they are great. Cookout is easy S tier. Denny's, this is probably D tier for me. I don't know, it just feels like a much worse version of IHOP. I haven't had it too much just because I know it's not that great. Every time I've had it, I'm just so disappointed in it. I'm like, man, I wish I could go to IHOP instead. Sorry, Denny's, but D tier. Dominoes, part of employment where Eric works. I'm going to put it in the A tier. Domino's is my favorite fast food pizza place. It always has been. I'm not sure if there's a way to describe why it's my favorite. I've always liked the hand-tossed crust, and they have, the little garlicky stuff on the crust. How Papa John's always gives you the garlic sauce. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's garlic sauce. The little sauce pockets, or pouches, or pockets. Containers. I can't talk. But little containers of garlic sauce. But Domino's, they already put garlicky stuff on their crust. So, obviously they don't have stuffed crust like Pizza Hut does, but it's still pretty good. Domino's is definitely A tier for me. Like I said, my favorite fast food pizza place. Dairy Queen. Eric actually talked about this on his mukbang. He got a blizzard from Dairy Queen. This is B tier for me. Now, obviously, if I was just ranking Dairy Queen on its blizzards, it'd probably be A or even S tier. But it's not just blizzards that they have. They also have food, and the food there is not great. It's Burger King level food. But the blizzards are so freaking good that it saves it from mediocrity and puts it here in the B tier. So, like Eric said in his mukbang, you don't ever go to Dairy Queen for the food. Go for the ice cream, and that's about it. Firehouse Subs. This is a place I haven't been to in a long time. They've got good subs, but I'm going to put it in the C tier. They're okay subs, but I don't know. Maybe they're just not as good as what I think they used to be, or, they always have that big wall of hot sauce there, and half of those hot sauces have look like they've been up there for 10 years or something. Look like they've gone bad, and it's just I don't know. It just doesn't make it very appealing. You eat with your eyes first, The subs look okay, but then you just like, while you're waiting, you see this thing of hot sauces, and they all look like they've been there for 10 years, and it's just like, I don't really want to eat that. It just kind of makes you like gag a little bit, like, ugh, like that's disgusting. So, like I said, I haven't been there in a while either, so I don't know if I can give a real accurate recent description, but for me, it's just kind of average. Five Guys. I mentioned one place on this list that I thought was better than Cookout, and that is Five Guys. This is definitely the epitome of worth the price. Like, Chick-Fil-A is pricey, Boston Market's pricey, Five Guys is definitely pricey, but Five Guys is worth it. They have the best burgers that I've ever had. They have the best burgers, they have the best fries, especially since you can get a large fry. They just literally get you a brown paper bag and just stuff it with fries. I mean, and you can literally share that between, that almost offsets your cost. Like, because you got to pay a good amount for the burgers, but then you can just buy one large fry and you could share that between like 3 people because it's a huge bag. So, they cook all their stuff in peanut oil, so obviously that's not good for people who have peanut allergies. Sorry, you can't experience it, but it just makes everything better. Like, Five Guys is easy S tier. It's my favorite place to go. Worth the price. IHOP. IHOP is going to go... I think we're going to put IHOP in the B tier. Like I said, it's a lot better than Denny's. It's probably the best breakfast place, like kind of casual breakfast restaurant, because obviously there's better breakfast places that aren't like fast food or casual places, but out of, the casual fast foody type breakfast places, IHOP, in my opinion, is the best. It's definitely one of those things that you have to go there and get it, because my girlfriend and I have tried like getting, ordering it online and going to pick it up, and I don't know, it's just not the same. It's not as good when you go and pick it up and bring it home, rather than actually going there and sitting down and eating. So, but yeah, IHOP B tier. Take a sip of my Gatorade. Keep my throat from getting dry. Jersey Mike's. Let's see. Another place I haven't had in a long time. I'm questioning whether I should put Jersey Mike's. I don't know. I'll put it in the B tier. Like I said, it's somewhere I haven't had in quite a while, but they've got good stuff. Like, I remember the couple times I have been there, it was pretty good. Obviously, it wasn't my favorite, otherwise I'd still be going there, so I guess I can't really warrant putting it in the A or the S tier, but Jersey Mike's should be a solid B tier. Jimmy John's, slightly worse version of Jersey Mike's, going in the C tier. Jimmy John's, super fast delivery. Again, just kind of average. Like I said, a slightly worse version of Jersey Mike's, in my opinion. I used to actually get them confused all the time, even though I know they're different. But, yeah, C tier for Jimmy John's. KFC. This is a place that, when I was a kid, would have been S tier. I always wanted KFC. I always wanted it. But as an adult, as I've gotten more mature, KFC, I think, is B tier for me. It was C tier up until a few months ago when I started getting back into eating it, but I'd say it's probably B tier for me. Again, the chicken is just kind of like, it's not fantastic, but, the mashed potatoes and gravy are always really good. The biscuits are pretty good. And I think they've got good prices too. Like, it's not, you can get quite a good amount of stuff for not that much money. So, B tier for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Little Caesars. This probably has to be, I don't know, it has to be D tier for me. I just really don't like Little Caesars. I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a very good pizza place to me. There's another restaurant here that I've never been to called Wurmschnitzel I just saw. I'm like finding these places that I haven't actually been to. Yeah, I don't know. I just think D tier. It's just not, like, it's cheap pizza, and it's cheap for a reason. It's not that great. It's very meh. Long John Silver's. This is probably going to be the one and only F tier on this list. I don't know. It's never get fast food seafood. it's just not good, especially when you're trying to get it from somewhere that's not on the water. Like, I don't know. Like I said, don't ever get fast food seafood, in my opinion. It's disgusting. Especially the fact that, like, maybe it doesn't help that I living in North Carolina, I can easily just go 2 hours to the east and get to the ocean and get really good seafood. Um, but, maybe for people who live in, like, Kansas or Nebraska, you don't really, or, you know, I don't know, Nevada, you don't really know about that. But, living in North Carolina, living on the coast, I know what good seafood is like, and Long John Silver's is not it. McDonald's. This is going to be probably C tier for me. It's just kind of like, McDonald's is one of those things, like, you can't go wrong and you can't, I don't know. Is that a thing? You can't go wrong and you can't go right? I don't know. It's always just kind of average. I've never had McDonald's and been like, oh, like, you know what you're going to get when you get McDonald's. Everybody knows what you're going to get when you get McDonald's. It's always the same. It's something that I feel like I have to be in the mood for. It's like the epitome of average. Like, if you're going out, you're never going to go like, oh man, I really don't want McDonald's. But you're also never going to be like, oh, I really want McDonald's. Like, you're never in one of those two. You're always just kind of like, I guess we'll go with McDonald's. Like, why not? Because there's nothing else around and we know what McDonald's is. So, C tier. Whew. Moe's. Another place I haven't been to in a while, but I'd have to say Moe's is probably D tier. I don't know, just the couple times I've gone have been very underwhelming. Like fast food, Mexican food just is kind of average in a lot of ways. I mean, that's why I kind of like Chipotle, because Chipotle is not really Mexican food. I mean, it's kind of the same with Taco Bell. Taco Bell's not Mexican food, but Moe's tries to really like do that sort of thing, and it just doesn't work. Panda Express, probably C tier. I don't know, again, just very average. There's a lot of other places that you can get better Chinese food at, but I mean, Chinese food is kind of another one where it's like, it all kind of tastes the same, no matter where you get it from, that American Chinese food, so it's Chinese food. There's not much else to say about that. Panera Bread, let's see. I'd say Panera's a solid B tier. Again, nothing special about it, but they've got good stuff. It's obviously not as greasy or anything as most of these fast food places like McDonald's and Burger King and stuff, but, it's decent. It's pretty good. Not a place I go to very often, but every time I do go, I mean, I like their salads. I like their soup. They've got good sandwiches. Like, Panera Bread's it's decent. It's a solid B tier. You can't go wrong with Panera Bread. Papa John's. Now, all controversy and everything else aside, Papa John's is probably my second favorite fast food pizza place behind Domino's. Mainly because, again, you get the container of garlic sauce. That's always really good to dip your crust in, especially. I mean, it's pizza. It's not bad. It's not fantastic. It's pizza. Just slightly worse than Domino's. But still pretty good pizza. I don't know. I think I can't tell. Did they cross out? I think this picture is pretty small, but I think they've actually crossed out Papa John's face on here. I just now noticed that. Pizza Hut. Now, this is obviously the most popular fast food pizza place. It's like an NFL sponsor, stuffed crust pizza, blah, 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 blah. Pizza Hut is C tier. I don't know. I've had Pizza Hut. Like, I remember the first time I had it, I was so underwhelmed when I got it. I was like, wow, this is not nearly as good as I thought it was going to be. Like, the stuffed crust pizza, like, the crust is really good. I mean, you can't go wrong with stuffed crust, but everything else about Pizza Hut is just eh. Like, I would rather have Domino's or Papa John's. I don't know what else to say. It's very average. It's very underwhelming for what I thought it was going to be. Popeyes. This is probably going to be B tier. Another very solid chicken place. I kind of put it on the same level as KFC. You can kind of go interchangeable. Popeyes has really good spicy chicken. I'll say that. It's probably, if I want spicy chicken, I'll go to Popeyes. It's just, for me, what holds them back is their biscuits are not very good. I'll say that. KFC and Bojangles by far have better biscuits, especially Bojangles, but Popeyes, I don't know, it just doesn't have very good biscuits, and the fries are kind of meh too. Listen, I think the chicken is very good, especially the chicken tenders. You get the spicy chicken tenders, they're really good. But everything else about it's kind of meh, so it's going to put it in the B tier. Kudoba, another Mexican style fast food place. Just kind of average. I've only had it once or twice. EC tier. I'm not sure what else to say about it. It's just average. Quiznos. I am so sad that Quiznos pretty much no longer exists in North Carolina. I don't know if it still exists elsewhere also. I mean, I think it does. I don't know. I'd have to Google that, but pretty sure it still exists, but it's pretty much non-existent in a lot of places in North Carolina now. Like, a lot of its locations closed, but Quiznos to me is A tier. I don't know, they just had really, really good subs. Like, they had my favorite subs, so I was so sad when a lot of them started closing, and I was just like, what? Like, oh yeah, I've also never, like, I just looked down here, I've never had Wingstop. I don't know why I thought Buffalo Wild Wings. I've never had Wingstop. But Quiznos, the reason why I was thinking about that was because the Quiznos that's closest to me is now a Wingstop. Like, they closed it down and changed it to a Wingstop, and I'm like, no, like, I want my Quiznos. It's so good. Like, especially I don't know why, they just did the best at toasting their subs. Like, they toasted all their subs, like, all the time, and I don't know, they just did the best job at it. I don't know how you can do a better job at toasting a sub than someone else, but they just did. I don't know, it was better. I don't know what else to say. So sad. Sheets. This is going to be another A tier for me. I like that they're open 24 hours. It's very helpful. I'm not going to lie, I've had times when I've at 2 and 3 a.m., like, my girlfriend and I have gone and ordered sheets because we were still awake, and we were going to be awake, so we went and got sheets. I've always liked it. A lot of people say that their food is subpar, and I can see why. I mean, it's a gas station. Like, it's not supposed to be, super fantastic food, but I've always liked it, especially the Wisconsin cheddar bites. Very, very good. But I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people have said they don't like it. I like it. And again, 24 hours. Can't go wrong. You can always get it no matter when you need it. Sonic. This is kind of sad because this place used to be a lot better. Kind of like Burger King, but I'm going to put it in the D tier. Like, I've never enjoyed their food. I always went there for the milkshakes, and the milkshakes just aren't as good anymore. I don't know what happened to them, but same thing with, like, it's them and Burger King. Like, two places that I used to really like when I was a kid that now I'm like, why? Like, I don't know. Like, how did they get so bad? It's sad, unfortunately. Steak and Shake. Now, if it wasn't for how bad their fries are, this would be A tier. Former place of employment for Zach. I don't know where he'd put it on his list, but it's going to go B tier for me. The burgers, very good. The milkshakes, outstanding. The fries, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like, I don't know how you can mess up French fries, but Steak and Shake manages to. Like, I don't know how you mess up French fries, but Steak and Shake, you could have been A tier, maybe even S tier, if your fries didn't suck, because, like I said, the burgers are very good, and the milkshakes are fantastic. Like, I always get this, like, the double dark chocolate shake or whatever. I don't know. It's great. And they do get kind of gimmicky with their shakes from time to time. Zach can tell you about this too, but, like, how they had, like, their breakfast cereal ones, which some of them sounded kind of good, like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch shake. Like, that sounds pretty good. But they also had, like, a Honey Smacks one and, like, what was the other one that was really weird? I think they had a Frosted Flakes one, and I'm just like, I'm not sure what that would taste like. Like, Frosted Flakes don't exactly have that strong of a taste to make it like a flavor. And like I said, the Honey Smacks one sounded gross, so, but B tier. Subway. This is probably, do I want B? This is a tough one. Do I want B tier or C tier? I'll put it in the B tier, but it's like a low B tier, like B minus tier if I had one of those. Like, it's just, the standard for subs. Like, when you think about subs, you go to Subway. It's obviously very popular. It's just kind of their average. Like the subs are slightly better than average. I'll say that it's slightly better than average, which is why I'm like B tier, C tier. I don't know, B minus tier. It's slightly better than average. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's decent. Taco Bell. Now, when they get my order right, because I've been having a lot of issues with them getting my order wrong recently, but when they get my order right, this is going to be my other S tier fast food place. I tend to have like 3 S tiers per list, and Taco Bell's going to be my other one. I don't know. I've always, someone once called me a fast food elitist who reps Taco Bell really hard. I don't know if I'd really call myself a fast food elitist, considering that I love places like Cookout and Sheets. But, I don't know. I guess if I only ate like Five Guys or Chick-Fil-A, then I would be a fast food elitist. But Taco Bell, again, you can get a lot of stuff for not a lot of money. And who doesn't love fake Mexican food? And that's pretty much what Taco Bell is. It is heavily Americanized Mexican food. It's, like I said, they've had some issues with getting my orders right recently, but when they get them right, it's very good. Also, what I like about Taco Bell is they change their menu every now and then. And I feel like some of these other places need to change their menus, like as much as Taco Bell does. I don't know. It's like they have, like the promotion they have going on right now, the naked chicken chalupa, like it's okay. They definitely have some hits and some misses, but like when they had that cheesy gordita crunch chalupa or whatever, I'm so sad that was gone. That was fantastic. Or like the quesalupa is really good. I know a lot of people like Eric really like the nacho fries. So, but at least they're trying to change stuff up, whereas a lot of these places have the same stuff all the time. And it's like, maybe you try and change something. And Taco Bell does that. I appreciate that. So, S tier for Taco Bell. Waffle House. This is something that my girlfriend and my roommate would probably hate me for, but I'm putting Waffle House in the D tier. Like, it's another one of those places that you kind of go to like 24 hours, that you can just go to whenever. Maybe when you're hungover. I don't know what that's like. I haven't been drunk too many times. Only like once or twice. But anyway, other stories. Waffle House, like, I don't know. It just feels very like, it feels like a not good diner. Like I've been to good diners, and it's like Waffle House tries to kind of emulate that, and it fails on a lot of levels. Like, especially the biggest thing for me is they have their waffles, like you get like a strawberry or a blueberry waffle, they don't even put real fruit in them. Like if you get a blueberry waffle, that's not blueberries in your waffle, that's like blueberry Pop-Tart filling that they put in your waffle. And I'm like, really, you can't even be bothered to put real fruit in there? Like at least, when I go to IHOP and I get those, like the New York cheesecake pancakes, those are real strawberries on top of there. It's not strawberry Pop-Tart filling like Waffle House would have in their strawberry waffles. Losing my voice, crap. So it's very, very subpar. I like getting cheap stuff, hence Taco Bell, but Waffle House really overdoes it when it comes to cheap. Wendy's. This is going to be C tier. Again, just kind of average. The only thing I really like from Wendy's is the Baconator. That's like really good, but it's really pricey. Like, if you want a Baconator combo, it's going to cost you almost $10. And I'm like, that's not worth it all the time. It's worth it every once in a while, but all the time, like, no, I'd rather just go to McDonald's and I can get the same stuff basically for like $7 rather than $10. So, it's just kind of average. I used to not like Wendy's as much. It's gotten better over the years, but still not fantastic. White Castle. This is something I've only had like once or twice also. I don't know. C tier or D tier. So many choices. Probably D tier. I don't know. The sliders just don't impress me that much. I'm also not really a big fan of onions. Like, if I'm going to eat onions, they have to be cooked right. And I don't know if they cook them. They don't really cook them right at White Castle. I don't know. I don't know if that's the way I should phrase it, but it's like like I said, just not, it's very oniony, and I'm not a big onion person. And the fries are very meh. There's also not a lot of these around. It's kind of the same thing, like with Jack in the Box and what was the other one I was talking about? Jack in the Box and like 7-Eleven and stuff. Like Raleigh doesn't really have any White Castles. I have to get it when I go outside of Raleigh, but it's just very meh. Not fantastic. A lot of low-level stuff here. And finally, Zaxby's. C tier again, just kind of average chicken, average everything. Like, there's some people where I work that they get Zaxby's a lot because it's right across the street. And even though it's right across the street, I like never go there. I'd rather go up the street to like McDonald's or Taco Bell or something like that than go to Zaxby's, even though it's right there. Just because it looks way better in the commercials, but then again, it doesn't everything. So that's going to wrap up this tier list, guys. Quick recap, we have in the S tier, we have Cookout, Five Guys, and Taco Bell. Sorry, I'm still losing my voice. Just got off of work, so it's going a little bit here, but we're near the end. A tier, Bojangles, Dominoes, Quiznos, and Sheets. B tier, A&W, Chick-Fil-A, sorry, Eric, Chipotle, Dairy Queen, Ihop, Jersey Mike's, KFC, Panera Bread, Papa John's, Popeyes, Steak and Shake, and Subway. C tier, Carl's Jr. / Hardee's, Firehouse Subs, Jimmy John's, McDonald's, Panda Express, Pizza Hut, Kudoba, Wendy's, and Zaxby's. D tier, Arby's, Boston Market, Burger King, Denny's, Little Caesars, Moe's, Sonic, Waffle House, and White Castle. And in the F tier, we have Long John Silver's. I'm not going to go through all these again, but... So yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter. Tune in for more episodes of Clutch Crew Sports coming out every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And I will see you guys next time we do another tier list. Hopefully it'll be coming out maybe... I'm trying to decide whether I want to do these like every week or every 2 weeks. I kind of like the every 2 weeks thing. Eric might start doing more mukbangs, so maybe we kind of have like an alternating, like Eric will do a mukbang and then I'll do a tier list or something like that. I don't know how often he's going to do that, but keep an eye out for those. And like I said, keep an eye out for new episodes of Clutch Crew Sports every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. And as always, be clutch.